You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you've tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking at.
Good evening, everyone. I am Sharon Campbell, your host for today, which is the Plan to Prosper podcast. It is again a great time to be with you. We have some exciting news for you today. And I want you to get your pen out, get your paper, and let's get started. We want to first thank Mark Lee for helping us to make sure we air every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Pod TV, that you can also watch us on Roku, Fire, Amazon Fire. Sometimes it gets tongue-tied. And our YouTube channel, as well as our Facebook, Sharing Campbell Solution Group. So you have many ways that you can reach us. But today, we're going to talk about something very important. That's about money. Money is so very important to all of us in so many different ways, and especially to businesses. Money drives the economy. But also, when you look at money, you have to start thinking about it in many different ways. So often I hear people say, hey, getting rich versus staying wealthy. What is about getting rich? You know, you want to get rich, but compare it to staying wealthy. Or you want to get wealthy, and then you want to compare it to staying wealthy. You may attain this money as a business, but how do you keep it and grow and thrive? And so that is so very important for quarter one, that we look at our goals and say, you know what? Not only do we want to live the lifestyle we desire, but you have to define what is wealth to you. Wealth to one person may be $200,000 by the end of this year. They're very comfortable with building their company steady and moving it next year to $400,000. So they're looking at wealth at 200 is going to be, this is what I, the owner, would be able to profit for myself after all the bills and overhead has been taken care of, and the company still have money in the bank. Compared to staying wealthy and not building that so for the following next year or the year after and the year after, compared to someone saying, I want to make $1 million this year. So what does that really mean when you say that big number? Well, one, my antennas go up. because it's not that it is not possible, but do you have the tools, the knowledge, the discipline, the time, the product? Have you put all of that in place? And have you created a measurement to say, to make this amount of money? Because everyone wants to say they feel like $1 million is going to be secure, but $1 million, a lot of us already made that in our lifetime. But have we kept a percentage of that amount of money to live after we retire, once we reach that retirement age, and continue being wealthy? And so I think it's a very good conversation to have with you, because as a business owner, you need to start thinking about money, the power of money, and what it can and cannot do for you, and how you position yourself. So having money does not mean you need to go buy a lot of things, because you can buy and accumulate a lot of items. How many cars can you really drive? Well, someone said, well, I was able to buy 3 cars. Okay, but you only could drive one at a time. Well, I was able to buy 6 cars, but you only could buy. So you're buying it to build your asset space, because cars depreciate unless it's certain types of cars. Okay, and so that's a different conversation. And so you have to really think about, what is your purchases? Do you need? You have a TV. Okay. Do you need another big screen TV because it's something you want, or do you need? And so it's something that you really started thinking about in this Q1, and really come up with an answer by the end of this week. I really want you to think about it and make a conscious decision about money, how you use it, how you keep as much as you can to stay wealthy. Because once you attain it, how do you keep it to live the lifestyle once you got it? Because once you spend it all up on items and things, it's gone. And you may have those items and things, but look at your life. Look at the way you live it. Can you maintain it? Can you maintain your business? Can you maintain your client? And are you taking your money and saying, yeah, I deserve this money because I work hard for it? So if I want to buy BMW, Lexus, and I want to do that, I think that's fine, if the end goal is to also stay wealthy. But if the end goal is to only satisfy you for that moment, I think we need to really think about what that looks like. And then be honest with yourself about it. Too often we want these items, but the price we have to pay may be too high for us, or the discipline. Sometimes it's just different, being disciplined, being mindful of your time. And so if you decide, again, example, you want to make $200,000, is that what you want to make? And then you haven't taken out taxes, overhead. So when you take out all of that, plus you need to leave some money in the business account for your to grow the company, what is left that you get? Oh, you only really is at $75,000 that you can have. Now that may be great. It may be wonderful. It may be like, you know what? I can live off of that. And so you have to really think about when you make those numbers, and then you have to back out all the other items that come with it. And then what are you left with? And I really want you to make sure you complete that thought and that exercise by this weekend. Because come on Sunday, beginning of the week, we really want you to start zooming into how to stay wealthy. Because I think that's so very important. And you have to define what is wealth to you. Someone may say, being wealthy to me is being able to for my retirement, every year I see my retirement moving up $100,000. So when I retire, this is the amount of money I have in the bank. That could be wealthy for you. So you needed to think about that, write that down, and then back into how you're going to make that happen. For someone that's 25 may say, you know what, I really want to retire at 40, and this is what I want it to look like because at 40, I want to do something different with my life. Or someone may say, I want to retire at 50, 60. You have to decide on that. And then what does that look like? Because you could start at any age that you're at. And if you have a solution to a problem, that you have enough customers to purchase or buy that, you can actually attain to stay wealthy. But having the solution to the problem is so very important. And I think sometimes we don't think through that, and we end up with a little pool of clients that cannot get us to the stay wealthy component. And so the goal is for you to stay wealthy in 2024 and make that a life commitment to your retirement so you can continue living the lifestyle you desire. The other point I want to make is when you're thinking about this wealth, is it that when you would retire, do you want to have a house payment? That if the answer is no, then do you want to have a 30-year mortgage for 30 years, or do you want to cut that down to 15 years, pay it off, have all of that asset there sitting there, and know that you have 15 years that you could continue building your retirement? Because that could be a goal. So the goal could be as simply as, I need to pay this off early because I do not want to have retirement to have a house for me. As you get closer in age to retirement, you may decide, hey, look, I want this type of car because it will work better for us. All the other cars, for older people, we do not want to be sitting low and too high. We want that sweet middle. And so think about it. If you plan that you want to travel more, and so you say, I'm going to travel now, but my long-term travel is during my retirement. So I'm going to go to some places that I enjoy now, but in the future, these are the places I can go and stay longer. So really, your mind should be shifting to staying in a wealthy area while you work and create the type of life you want to live now, but also invest in the type of life that you want to stay at. And so I'll be interested to see if anyone will send me some of their thoughts. You can do this by going to our website, www.thesharoncampbell.com. Under contact, just drop something in the contact and say, I'm thinking about this. What do you think? And just let's have a chat around that. I think that's so very important. The other thing is we talking about money is that if you do not have a budget, that is going to keep you from staying wealthy. Now, for myself, I take my lunch with me probably 80% of the time. It's very rare I do not have my lunch bag with me. I think about my work and travel and the things I'm doing. It is having that lunch says to me a lot. I have disciplined myself to say I have enough food in my pantry, in my refrigerator, that I can cook and eat that and save from going out to stay wealthy for the future. And so when I travel, then I won't have to worry about being on a budget of what I want to eat. And so I'm making that sacrifice up front for the long-term investment on the other end. And I want you to think about how many times do you go out and eat every day? And is the food healthy that you're eating? Because you can go out and eat, and not eating healthy can harm your health, and you end up in more medications than what you would if you just simply pack your food and bring it. And one thing about packing your food and bringing it is that you are actually making a choice that day of what you like to eat, and you don't have to think about it um, doing work, where I'm going to go eat. Is there going to be a lot of traffic? How long? How many cars? We process all of that information just to get a meal that may or may not work for us. So I just think it's so great when just to go through the process of packing my lunch and knowing that I have that there and it's what I enjoy eating. And now I don't have to decide all the places that may or may not have what I would like to eat. So that's a thought. The other one you think about is when is the best time for us to have cars, for people that's listening, that y'all live in the city and you are taking a train, I understand, or the bike. But for us to drive, we really think about um, when to put gas in your car. Do you wait until it's empty? Do you have full? What type of time management is that as it relates to the money? Okay, so if you wait till it's half full, that means you put in what? A little bit less money in, then wait till it's empty and you buy it a little bit more. And does that equals more money over here? But it's a great way. I'm telling you, if you really start thinking about how you spend your money, you're going to be amazed at the way that you can save towards to stay wealthy. I think that you look around your home and you have accumulated a lot of stuff. I know I have. And I am on the declutter journey and only purchase what I need and not what I want. Because what I want, I don't have access to put it anywhere just because I see it. But what I need is what I'm looking at. What is it that I need now that's going to place me in a great situation to stay wealthy? And so we can also look at it as, do we need to pick up a additional client or a different service or something to pay for a particular item? And I used to do this when I was thinking about going to undergraduate school. And I did not want to borrow any money. Did not. And I didn't. So far, no student loan for my master's. Okay. But I made sure I had the type of client that could pay me on time. That's very important, to pay for those classes to get me towards that. That was very important because if I did not, and because of my budget, it would have taken me longer to get to my path to stay um, um, wealthy. And because I said, okay, with this degree, I will increase my client base, and that will cause me to put more money over to stay wealthy. So it's just making those intentionally decision. I think we need to be more intentional about what we do and how we think, and then how does each of that impact us today. And I do know change is hard. Change is not just hard. Change is difficult. So let's just say it. If you've been doing something the same way for so long, and then someone come along and say, "Hey, if you just shift to carrying your lunch for the first quarter, it will save you $2,000." Making that shift is challenging because people are like, well, I use that to get out of the office. I use it, and so now we start creating the why. besides looking at the solution to our wealth. And we start justifying the why. And we end up talking ourselves out of $2,000. So we really have to say and think different to get a different solution. So if you want to continue getting the same response, continue doing the same thing because you're going to get the same response. But if you want to get a different response, you're going to have to do something different. You're really going to have to make some tough decision and know that it is going to be tough. It's going to be time consuming because changing from a bad habit to a good habit is time consuming. And so, but you could do it. It's just like brushing your teeth every morning, washing your face every morning. If you repeat the process over and over again, it happens. And so whenever I was talking to some of my clients, we had the conversation about how to do that. Well, because I take medication, I make sure that my medication is on the bathroom counter. So after I wash my face, brush my teeth, take my medicine. It's routine. I'm not leaving that area until those 3 items has been completed. Wash the face, brush the teeth, take the medicine. It is so natural that I know where it is at. So I can do all 3 in the dark. I know where the pills at, the water's there, and everything I need to wash and brush my teeth is right there in that area. Okay. I practice that. But how about one day if someone move it? That's going to throw me off. Probably put me in a panic because the routine has been broken. And I'm going to think about it all day. Who moved that? Why did they move that? Put it back there. So throughout the day, I'm processing that. And so when I travel, I never move the items in my bathroom because they are standard. They must stay there. I have a travel bag that I keep certain items in. So when I travel, those items are always there. The extra toothbrush, the toothpaste, everything I need, the brush, the comb, the products for my hair, the lipstick, everything is separate than my day-to-day because I don't want to have to start looking, trying to figure it out. So what happened is once we change the routine, then chaos in our brain start function. Now we got to think where we put that, how we do that. But we can set up little systems that will work beautiful for you, that you do not have to think about what's happening. So when I come back from vacation, I put that bag back up on the sink, repurpose it if it needs to be, but I know what's in there all the time, 24/7. And so that's one of the same thing about work. Before I go to bed, the briefcase is packed and put at the chair. My pocketbook is put at the chair. Everything I need is in that centralized location because time is money and time matters equal wealth, staying wealthy. Same thing about lunchbox. It goes one place only. So when I get ready to go and put the ice pack in, ice pack this, that, and so you get structured, and everybody need that, and you get commitment, and you get dedication, and you get consistency. And the return on the investment is to stay wealthy. That's what you're trying to get. You're trying to stay in that bracket. So once you retire, you still can enjoy the lifestyle that you had before. And that is so very important, is that you create systems for yourself And those of us that have family, we create systems for our family also, because that's so very important that they do not move or relocate certain items. You remember how many people talk about, I can't find my keys. I lost my keys. Where's my keys? And you think about how much time you spend trying to find those keys. But if you are consistent, place those keys in a certain place, unless someone moved them intentionally, and it cannot be. It could be like, okay, I'm gonna use, kids could be like, I'm just gonna drive mom and dad car. But the goal is to help them to understand they must go back, because in the morning time is not the time for you to be looking for some keys. And so we just need to think about our wealth, what it is, and how to keep it, and how to move from here, the beginning, which is today, create the system, and how we execute it for long term. We're going to take a quick commercial, and we'll be right back to provide you some more information on how to stay wealthy.
I can see the stars align, dance around the moon every night, and now my eyes are open wide, and the sky has never looked so bright. Now I don't need to see the road to believe, yeah, 'cause this is where I'm meant to be, I believe. And I feel the magic everywhere. It's all around us, it's in the air. And I see the magic we can share. So much wonder everywhere. And I feel the magic. Ooh, can you imagine?
Thank you so very much, Mark. So let us continue talking about staying wealthy. Think about this for a moment. What would it cost you to take time out to plan your future for yourself first, but for others that's around you that you need to engage in? What would it cost you? Time. Really, that's the only thing that's going to cost you is time. It is your time, your commitment, and your dedication to the process. And understanding that it is a mind shift of self-care for yourself. And that when you take care of yourself, everyone else around you benefit directly or indirectly. And I think every small business owner of many people as possible should think about staying wealthy and not use it as a term as wealthy is the Oprahs, the Tyler Perrys, the Amazon guy, the Bill Gates, not the Tiger Woods, the Michael Jordan, not as that, unless that's what you want. But wealthy could be living the lifestyle I desire. And that could be being comfortable. Because once you take on the Oprahs and the entire Perry and all of that, they have a different level of responsibility, and they have a different set of responsibilities. Say level and set is two different things. So you have to decide on what it is. Do you want thousands and thousands of employees? Maybe not. Do you want 2 employees? Maybe not. You may only want yourself. And knowing that, you have to set strategies, tools, and systems in place. It is never too late to start. You can start today and still build your wealth to whatever you want it to be, and being consistent with that. but you don't have to do it alone. I think it's important to have accountability, but but whoever you choose or whatever system you choose to be accountable, but also accountability is be accountability for yourself first, and then everybody else benefit. And don't be too hard on yourself, but don't play games with yourself at the same time. Don't say, oh, I start tomorrow. I messed up today. Oh, I do that. If you continue repeating that behavior, you're really not serious about staying wealthy. Be serious about your life and the value that you want to bring to the table, because it will affect not only yourself, but your clients that will be drawn to you. See, if you have a product or a service that's satisfied and have a solution for as many as possible, they will find you out there. Amazon has a solution for as many people that desire to have the package delivered at their door. Amazon also have the solution for those that want it right now, which is called Prime. You spend a little bit more, but you get your stuff when you want it. Sometimes they'll say, and sometimes you don't get it when you want it. Sometimes they'll put on the it will arrive in the morning at 10 o'clock. You're like, okay, I'm going to be home. Next email you get is what? Oh, package delay. You'll get it at 10 p.m. that night. Wow. I paid for Prime to get it quick, fast, on time. But guess what? Delays happen and you adjust. Do you call Amazon and say, no, I paid for Prime. It's supposed to be in here at 8 o'clock and I'm waiting on it or 10 o'clock? No. It adjusts. It says I'm going to have it to you on Monday morning at 10. In reality, something happened. You get it Tuesday at 10 o'clock that night. You still paying that fee. And you still have to wait. And you still didn't get your product the time that you want it. So that tells me you can adjust. Make sure that you understand what it is that you is willing to do to reach your full potential. Because it's so very important in businesses and nonprofits that you make a profit, you live the lifestyle you desire, and you service your clients to the fullest as possible. And the money will come. There's no shortage of money in the United States of America at all. And I would say that around the world. It is how do you get it? How do you access it? What are you going to do to be part of that network? It's like a missing link, or if a link on the chain is rusty, and you keep pulling it, and they get weaker and weaker and weaker. But guess what? How about when you first notice it and say, wow, I see some rust coming on that chain. Let me remove it. So when you see something that's not going to continuously build you towards stay wealthy, then you need to deal with that right then. So I'm going to encourage all us businesses, nonprofit, 9 to 5, our hustlers, our entrepreneurs, women-owned business, to become part of solutions to your wealth, because others will benefit from that. And then you could create other people wealth by what you are doing. And be able to stay as focused as possible to attain that. And how do you do that? you look at people around you. If you continuously 1 year after 1 year after the next year, have the same group of people around you doing the same thing, you're going to find out to get to stay wealthy, it's going to be a little challenge. You have to expand every day your horizon, your reach. We need you to expand who you talk to, who you engage with. Be intentional about what it is that you do, even your thought process. Think about it before you act. Every response does not require you to respond to it. Every email or text does not require you to respond to it right that second. Spend some time away from all of this technology and gadgets. Just listen to who you are. Listen to where you're trying to go. Because that is going to be so very important to your growth and to staying healthy, but most important, staying wealthy. Because if that's the goal, then you have to figure out how do you do that. And I know you can do that. I know that this show can provide you some tools, but we cannot execute them for you. And so you have to execute the tools that we provide you with. We can provide you with all these tools, but if you don't take them and write them down and look at them and make the conscious effort to change, get into your stay wealthy, it's going to take you some more time. And then educate yourself. Reading is so powerful. It opens up a world of opportunity for you. So create, maybe 2 or 3 of you create a little reading club where you're reading a book together and you're talking about it and you're building on it. Surround yourself with positive people and expand. Really, every day, look to expand your circle of one person. And by the end of the year, you would have met 365 different people in the world. So how do you meet 365 different people? Because you're like, that's a whole lot. Well, you know what? We can grocery stores, Target, Walmart, the mall, going to the art museum, going to a movie theater, going to lots of business seminars, getting back to that personal touch. You know, we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, but have you ever reached out to the person that may have posted something that you like and start a conversation with them? I think sometimes that this asking through messages, hey, look, you post this, I liked it. Can we have a conversation? Can we chat about it? Or as you thought, just get some conversation going on. That does, sometimes people say, well, I'm shy, I'm an introvert, but guess what? They may be also, but they has something that fill your spirit, poured into your vessel, had your cup runneth over. So it's worth reaching out to someone and say that, not just stroll looking at Facebook posts and you see something and you hit like, but why not engage? Okay, we sign up for all these different groups, but we don't participate. We have more prescriptions that take out more $1, $2, $5, $10 out of our account as businesses that we do not use. So you're going to start there using them. I do understand we only have 24 hours in a day, which is a beautiful thing. And I know you got to sleep, you got to eat. Some of us have families, some of us are caretakers of our parents, but what we have to do is look at our 24 hours and say, how do I maximize and use this time? That it reduce stress, that it lifts me up, but also help me work towards living the best life that I desire. And by doing that, you're going to find that you are a fantastic individual. You have skills that you have not even have tapped into. And that is what the Plan to Prosper show is about. Having you to tap into your prosperity and be intentionally about it. Really thinking about how to do that over and over again. And that requires you to sit quietly with yourself. And you may hear the voice and the answer that you're looking for. I want to thank you for joining us today on the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I hope that I said something to spark your interest and to have you to think about how to stay wealthy, not in the moment, but in the long term. And what are you going to do to make that change so you could become the best you that's inside of you, and how to pour that out. And you can start today, right now, and make a change. Like to hear from you, go to our website, www.thesharoncampbell.com, and just drop us a message. Let us know that you're receiving something from the podcast, have any suggestions. If you'd like to become a guest, we would love to hear from you. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll be back next Tuesday.